everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are spreading dung, we are ploughing, and we are getting ready to get our crop in after our maize. I'm just in the 649, just have to take off the umbilical pump and the PTO compressor after finishing up the slurry. Hasn't done anything since. So my sister, she's back. She's here for a little while before she goes off on her travels again to Canada. She's spreading dung currently in the 6480. Father Phil is loading in the veneery, and I'm just back after doing a few, bring a bull to the butcher and a couple of other errands to run. So I have to take off the stuff off this, then we're swapping, we're putting this on the dung spreader. Far too big, I know. And then the 648 is going on the plough. We're a little bit short on tractors, you could say, that'll do jobs. 6270 is on the grain dryer, ready to dry the last load of grain. I know, still at it. Where am I going? 7618 is away on the mill. 6290 still waiting on the crankshaft seal to come. 3690 is currently a agricultural decoration for the pumpkin patch. 2725 can't plough. We could probably dung spread with it, to be honest. It'd probably work, but we don't have the pickup hitch on it, so it's a bit of a job to get on it. And try to think, where's other tractors? 375 wouldn't do neither. No, I wouldn't plough. It might work to dung spreader. Doesn't matter anyways, that's where we're at. So I have to take off these, I have to move the harrow, then swap the two tractors, put 6 in the plough, put this on the dung spreader, and then plough and spread dung. They have a nice bit of dung out since morning, and then I have to get the ploughing done, and hopefully we get done before the rains. There's a lot of rain coming. We've Storm Barrett or Beretta or something like that coming, and it's to bring a hell of a lot of rain to Ireland and the UK. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, but we'll see can we get it done before the rain. Black spool, yeah. Red one. So we're here with my sister, Jess. Long time no see in the camera. Because last time was the beat when we were pulling the beat behind.
No.
Wasn't it?
No. I've been on a video since then.
Have you been on a video since then?
No.
Which?
I'm trying to think now. Plowing video. What's in that?
Sorry?
What's in the plowing video?
Oh yeah. I was just going to give Jessica a crash course on, so you've driven this tractor before, but it's just on the spools, and I have to set that up, the hydraulic flow, just to make sure she's not overdoing it, because it's a bit overkill now. 200 horsepower tractor on a 6-ton muck spreader. Just a bit. Black spool, pull it to you, engages the floor. You'll see it come up there as well. When you pull, you see it come up, and then the other way is reverse. PTO on this side is the other way. It kept catching me out last night. Push it forward, then push the button. Backwards. Yeah, the 6480, you push the PTO switch backwards, then press it on. And because I'm so used to this tractor, I kept pushing it forward, pressing it, nothing happening. I didn't remember it. Oh, just go spread the load now. One more bucket should fill it. It's mad. 3 bucketfuls of the shove was enough to fill it.
Yeah, but it's not enough to get down, is it?
No. And the stuff he's putting in now is a bit on the sloppy side. Not getting maybe as full a load as he'd like on, but anyways. Something that has to be done sometime is put something up over the store or the dung pit. It reduce our need for capacity, because we have to collect all the water that comes off that, the liquid, and we wouldn't end up with this kind of sloppy stuff. Anyways, I don't think you'll need 4-wheel drive. The ground is in lovely order here.
Yeah, the wet corner was dry.
Yeah. Wrap it up. Forward. Eventually. Smooth.
Yep, that's it. So you're going a bit slower than I was.
You can probably go this speed now, because that has to go out here.
What?
That dung that has to go
I know.
out here.
That I've been overlapping with some of the roads.
Yeah. It's better if you can go that bit slower and not have to drive over what you've done. So you're not bringing as much muck into the air.
It's fine, I fly back and I get it all off the wheels.
our fuel consumption is 18 litres an hour currently, spreading up.
Keep over a bit, Jeff.
Sorry. I'm doing
It's a bit light here, you know.
I'm not doing it good enough. Now up to start.
Yeah, it's a long way around.
Is that?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to avoid driving over all the muck.
All the muck? There's no muck on that path. I've kept it clean for a reason.
I'll just leave her to it. I'm only getting in her way. That's all.
Yeah.
Not here. Only getting in the way.
Your big head can't fit in the tractor anymore.
Also, enjoy the seat hair it broke.
Yeah.
Lift arms up high enough, yeah. Lift arms up high enough. Right. Have fun, Jess.
I will.
You know what you're doing.
Yes,
Right.
I
We'll go get the plough on now and leave Jessica alone because she knows what she's at. Pull out the other arm. Here, I'll do it. Have to get both arms.
Come on, up. What have I been at? Just because you've all your job stuff. Are you all moving the bulls? Sorry? Oh, you have it done? Lovely. I'm behind schedule here. I have to set it out when we get in the field to set it to the tractor, so I can't really adjust in until we get out that far. So we're starting down this end of the field. Jess has most of the field done now at Dung. So we're starting this side because you always alternate. We started that side last year. We're starting this side. Well, we ploughed it this year, but we started that side last time. We started this side this time. That's so every time you keep turning the field back and forth. So just keep moving it that way or that way, depending on if you kept ploughing it the same way. So we'll start here. and we'll see how this goes. So I hit down. Hopefully everything is working on the tractor, as in regards to diff lock. Forward drive diff lock is working, but has in draft control up and down and the minor settings that we'll have to do here for ploughing. So I'm just going to put the camera down just so I can concentrate on getting a good start, seeing can I get the plough set right. This plough isn't for this tractor, so it mightn't plough as good as it normally does, even though it doesn't plough that good most times. But yeah, we'll get started, mate. We'll pick it up then. And we are now ploughing away. We're actually not getting on too bad now. All I had to do to set the plough was just lengthen the top link. I'm in a little bit of trouble just getting it straight. I keep either getting shifted left or right, and it's a little bit wavy. You know, it's not ploughing too bad. You know, I nearly go as far to say it might be even slightly better than when it's on the 6290. Seems to be matching up fairly decent now. You go that way, yeah, that's not plough grey. It's a little bit of tricking to do. Biggest end of it was, the closer I got to the hedge, the worse the grass was, or skunks, or whatever you want to call it. And that was damnable. Oh, that just would not go through the clouds. No, under me there now. Absolutely damnable. Whereas out here now, there's nothing but maize stalks, and we're just going that much better now that we're not trying to wade our way through stuff. So, board has all brightened up. Now I did have linseed oil on the boards, even though that still had gone rusty, but she's brightened up very nicely. So nearly straight away, like. So linseed didn't seem to do too bad. We are missing 2 skimmer boards. I don't think we have any, so just have to work without them for now. And down and go. No, we're getting on pretty good now. just, yeah, I'd nearly go as far as say she's ploughing nearly better than the other tractor, which is gas, because this plough was kind of always set for the 6290, and then this tractor always ploughed then with the 4 for a slatted bore variable width plough. The reason we're not ploughing with the variable width plough on this tractor is purely down to that plough is missing some metal, and we have most of the metal to fix it, but I think we've taken most of the points, the plough points, to go onto this plough as we run out of these earlier in the spring. So we might get that whole 4x4 fired up sometime, but the reason I never really liked using it, Uncle loved it, that was his plough, and there was no plough like that plough. But I never liked that plough, it was very slow to turn because she was variable width. She had to pull in the body of the plough and then turn around, then push it back down, and then go down. I just left it slow. So I never really liked it. And then there was a restrictor on the ram that pulled in the plough, so it didn't pull in fast. And we think that done a bit of harm to the back end of this tractor, because she's always growling when you be trying to put, when she be on that action. So never a big fan of that plough. Whereas this was always the plough I ploughed right now. Doesn't plough as good as I'd like, but I think just this plough has just done so much ploughing that she's a bit out of kilter. Because I've done every video I made ploughing, I say it every time, I've done everything I can to try and adjust. The two sides seem to plough slightly different than another. One side ploughs lovely, one side ploughs deep in the centre and shallow either end, and okay, just kind of get tired tricking with it. But I don't think we're doing too bad there now, you know. Them couple of runs inside that, tough going, but them couple of runs there, it's not too bad. It's as good as I get with the 6290, if not a little bit back. So try and make a bit of progress now, and yeah, once we get out of it, we'll fire up the drone there and we'll get some nice drone coverage. So time to go for a bit of grub, but getting on fine there now. Really starting to get into its own now. Happy out. Doesn't look half bad now. Anyways, we'll go get a bit of tea and then come back to it.
It's all fun and it's all game. Goes to hell, no one's to blame. I think I've seen this happen once before. I don't wanna see it anymore. When you think you've had enough, here comes another one. When you think you've had enough, here comes another one. Stumbling up the steps and through the door. I don't think I could take too many more. Another trying to make a dime, another sucker on the vine, another slacker trying to get off cheap. I'm just trying to get a good night's sleep. When you think you've had enough, here comes another one. When you think you've had enough, here comes another one. Here comes another one. Here comes another one. Stumbling up the steps and through the door. Don't think I could take too many more.
just fired up the drone there as rain isn't far away. It's just spitting there a little bit. The weather app on the phone says it's supposed to be rain. It's supposed to be raining in the last nearly 2 hours. I haven't seen any yet. The soil is actually, we're just starting to get out of the wet. In that end of the field will be wet enough, maybe a bit in the hollow up there. But once the further that way I go, the drier the soil gets. And we can just start to see it, maybe a bit more at the other end now. But it's turning maybe a little bit looser, less cloddy of itself. Turning out that little bit drier-ish. So, but I don't think we're going to get away with getting it sowed today. If we do, we're not short of a miracle. An absolute miracle. Because, like, as I said, it's supposed to be raining. We're getting a few spits, but I just can't see us being that lucky. Not today anyways. Not today. And I suppose on that, watching the rugby at the weekend, and yeah, oh, fair play to the Irish lads. They done us proud. Just a pity we couldn't get it across the line that time, but sure. As Andy Farrell says, it's a crew, sport is crew. And I think it was just the hope, it was everybody's hope, it was what, that's what the killer is. Everyone just had that quiet hope in them that maybe we might do it this year, but no, not to be. So anyways, the Irish team have done us proud anyways. We got that far, sure. Here's the drive sport. Not that I follow or do much now. Table tennis would be my, well, I suppose the only sport I play. We'll go another bit. We'll see how long the rain stays away for. So if by some chance the rain doesn't come before I get all the way up to the top end of that field, which, hey, stranger things have happened. Our plan is to get out here. We have, so a little bit of a change up on what we're sowing. Might just put down the camera somewhere. A little bit of a change of what we said when we cut the maize, that we were going to go rye out here. Got in touch with gold crop, and unfortunately gold crop are out of forage rye, which would be the kind of the choice of what you'd be looking to put out in this. They do have winter rye and winter wheat and that, but the cost per acre of sowing them is too high for the return in feed. The way it was put to us, it's just when you're not, like when we go to, now we'll probably be mowing this rather than whole cropping it, so I'll be harvesting this the beginning of May so that we can have it cleared, ploughed and maize in it again. So we're not going to get any real cereal value, so the actual grain isn't going to be of very little value to us. It's really just the herbage, the leaves we're after. So what they suggested was that we went with some black oats. They had 4 acres of black oats in stock, some winter oats or spring oats. Oats is all the same in that regard. Now the difference between black oats and ordinary oats, you could say, is that the black oats is actually part of the cover crop and was part of the Blossom now acre scheme. It's one of the crops that you put as a cover crop for your birds and that crack. And it just has a higher herbage amount, so it's more leaf really. Suggested anyways, what we will be going with, whether it's today or in a week's time, is we'll be going with our black oats, 4 acres of black oats. We're going to mix in then some winter oats into that, and then we're also going to go with Italian ryegrass. The reason we're going with Italian ryegrass is just to densen out the crop that extra little bit. Italian ryegrass, anyone who doesn't know, it's a very fast growing, high yield and high potential grass, but it's not very suitable for grazing. We grew it a couple of years ago. We had rented land that was we got for another 3 years but had to let it out with tillage, so we put in Italian ryegrass into it. So we'll be putting in Italian ryegrass as well. So we're putting in them 3 crops to get 1 spot off it, and that's what's just working out. We'll shake on our black oats and oats, we'll harrow it into the ploughed ground, hopefully just get away with 1 cut of the lemkin, and then we'll shake our Italian ryegrass on top, because the Italian ryegrass, while it does have a larger seed, it's still not a large enough seed to actually be buried into the ground like other seeds, so it'll have to be left on top. And then we're going to head with the Cambridge roller, and we'll use this tractor, put the loader on the stone fork and pick the stones as we go, so that we have a nice clean finish. Now we're not going to use the stone picker, because the most likely outcome, if we don't get enough, well, number one, we don't have enough time to pick the stones today if we were to do it that way. Number two is the clay is damp. We'd end up gathering quite a bit of clay along with the stones. That just takes a lot of time that we just don't really have. That's the plan for the field. That's what's going in. Dung down, and that's all the fertilizer that we're going to give this ground. We're not putting out any, well, we can't, artificial fertilizer can't be spread after the 15th, and not till the 15th. I don't think we'll put anything on it in the spring, but it's going to get the dung. The ground, this bit of ground is what would be an ideal bit of ground for what we're doing, as it's very high fertility because it's so close to the yard. It always gets plenty of dung. Maybe not so much soil, but it always gets plenty of dung. That's just real high performing bit of ground, so it's able to take that extra bit of, maybe pressure might be the best way of putting it, in getting that extra bit out of it. Number one, it'll help absorb all the nutrients of the dung we're putting out now, and it'll help grow the crop. And two, get that extra bit out of the ground. It's always one of them things when you say, oh, you're going whole crop, you're going maize, you're going grain, you know, lads to be saying, well, you're not better off having it in grasses, you get more out of the grass, it doesn't cost as much, you carry more stock, and so on and so forth. And this just kind of shows that you can get that extra bit out of a bit of ground above and beyond what you'd be getting normally. Moseying on up and down the field, both headlands are different. The field kind of goes that way, so I'll end up with a fair bit of short ground top of the hill, which is stoniest, and hopefully we get up far enough up the hill that when it does decide to start raining, it shouldn't affect us too bad. And hey, we never know, maybe we'll be lucky, we won't get shag all and we'll actually get the crop in today, but not looking very likely. Anyways, we'll keep plowing. So we're finally making a bit of progress. We're on the long ups and downs now, so you know, it's a good 4 minutes a run there at least, I think. So the pumpkin patch is on at the minute. It's just starting to spit a bit there. It's not too bad. It's kind of spitting on and off, but we haven't seen anything major now. So another thing now I'll just talk about. So you may see I got a few lights flashing in front of me here, and those lights are to do with a wee issue we are having. We have an EirCode coming up for the fuel system. I get it now, I'll go through these. ER1077. Another EirCode there as well, but ER1077, and that is a EirCode to do with the fuel system. So we've been running through all the different things, fuel filters, air filter, checking everything. I haven't found that, and because that EirCode's coming up, she's only running at 50% power. Now, I can't say, with the odd exception now, when you hit a bit of a sticky spot or a bit of a hard pull, you'll feel her pulling back. But apart from that, you wouldn't really know she was down on power ploughing or while it was spreading dung. But you definitely know it's down on power when you're on the road, because she'd smell the hill. But it's something we have to try and figure out why that's happening. We're lucky today, the wind is coming that way, so it's blowing hot smell, and this is the thing, there is quite literally no smell. There is very little smell, no discernible smell that we can. Now, we'd be well used to dung and muck and crap. Whether other people can smell it, we don't know, but there's not, to us, there's not a wild pile of a smell out there. And it actually kind of causes a little bit. We're like, just, normally you spread dung, there's a fair old reek off it, but there's literally very little off this. And as you can see, it's well rotted dung. And what we done this year, we think part of why there's very little smell and why it's like it's really coming through, that it's well rotted, and we have very little mill teeth. It was all straw bedding, like, so there should be a fair bit of straw there. And what we think, we put some Nova Q's bacteria out on it. We put on, when we cleared it out, put it into the pile, it's definitely well rotted down, and the smell is the main thing. There's very little smell, and it's the same with the stuff that we put into the slurry, or with the slurry. You don't get the same smell out of it, and you seem to get more of it, more rotted. It's the bacteria you put in help break down all the nutrients that's in the slurry or dung and makes it more readily available for the plants. Can every now and again see is our biodegradable plastic that we put down this year. You can't really see it. That's, I suppose, the big thing. Every row there had the plastic on it, or plastic covered every 2 rows, but apart from every now and again where I suppose I'm turning up a bit of it that was covered by the soil, it's gone. We keep plowing away here, and yeah, try and make it up the hill before it gets too wet. No, not doing too bad at the minute, no. So we're just starting to get into a bit of rain. Maybe it'll stop now. Maybe it'll stop. But yeah, still a little bit to go yet. We are maybe halfway, maybe about halfway now. Down away here, and I have noticed a problem. My springs are broken. So the spring is that piece there. That's what that allows, is when you hit a stone, it allows that hole to pivot up. The spring takes all the tension and then pops it back down when you pass the stone. Works quite well, that system, is compared to a spring release system or a trap system. But we're broke. So we've 2 leaves broke. That leaf is broke. That leaf is basically broke. It still seems to be ploughing okay. So I'm just going to keep ploughing until it really just won't plough for me, because it's already broke. Like what I'm going to do now is going to make no bloody difference. Get on, hopefully it sees this field done. This is the only bit of ploughing we're doing this year. Hopefully get everything else mini tilled that we get in for winter. At this stage we're only putting in winter wheat if we can, depending on what the weather does. We won't be putting in any winter barley, it's gone late, but we're just starting to get up the incline now. It's not a hill really, but it's a hill for us where we are, because yeah, we don't seem to have pretty flat board ground. It's nice to have flat board and wet ground. I was thinking to myself, when was the last time this tractor was ploughing? This tractor was broke, basically at this stage, say 2 years. She was broke down. Turned out to be a bloody simple fix. I don't know why we didn't try to do it sooner. Tractor, this is my uncle's tractor, and he done all the ploughing, all the harrowing, and all the mowing with this. This tractor basically only ever had them 3 implements, and I was thinking to myself anyways, now Rory was the last person to plough with the plough. I actually think I done very, very little ploughing this year. Rory done the vast majority of it. He done all the ploughing for reseeding work that we done through the year, and he done a lot of ploughing. And for he'd never ploughed before he came to us, he done a pretty good job of it. The life of me, I can't just remember when, but I have a strong suspicion the last time this tractor ploughed, Uncle Ian was the one piloting it with his plough. And if I am right, well, I'm not sure if I am right, but if I'm right, it was himself and Jess went ploughing with the 2 tractors, and he ploughed one field and Jessica ploughed another field. But it's just one of them things, like, for years and years, and well, I suppose depends on how you look at it really, but for a long time, anytime I was ploughing, I was always chasing Uncle Ian and this tractor with his plough. And that's what you were doing. You were chasing him. Because he just hand trottled, full tilt, and up and down like the Yoda. There was no stopping him. No stopping him. He taught me how to plough him. That was in this tractor, pushed hand shuttle. I might travelling there about 1700, 1800 RPM. I didn't learn it until I went to college, but maximum torque in the tractors are reached around that 17 to 1900. So getting the trucks beyond that point when you're ploughing or doing a job where you're pulling is wasting diesel, was the way it was put to me. But it was only after that then that I stopped driving with the hand throttle out full, just the way I had been taught. But yeah, you always, when you were ploughing with him, you always had to be careful. He was always, I always ploughed behind him because he was always just, you couldn't go as fast as him. You'd have to be up into B to try and keep up with his speed. The only reason that had ever worked where we'd both be ploughing at the same time was the other plough was so slow to turn, I had enough time to get behind, to catch up with him, and by the time he had himself turned around and turned, I was out of the way when my plough turned, ready to go back down. We keep going. Father Phil is nearly finished spreading the field. He hasn't too much left to do now. Probably going to be dark by the time I get this plough. Plowing is just painfully slow job. But one day I hope to have a 6-furrow plough and have it on the 99. Let's do some maths, if it's interesting. If there's 100 ups and downs in the field with this plough, and it takes 4 minutes to do a run, that's 400 minutes. This isn't what it is, but I'm just trying to do maths, just to see how much time it would save having an extra 2 furrows on a plough. Every 2 runs is the same as 3 runs. Yeah, for every 2 runs of a 6-furrow is the same as 3 runs of this. So to do that, I divide 100 by 3, multiply by 2. So that is, yeah, that's 2 turns. So that's going from 100 runs down to 66.6 runs. So you say 67 runs. So 67 runs. Let's say it takes the same amount of time as you should across the field, because hopefully you get traveling at the same speed. It's 268 minutes. So it takes me, roughly speaking, 2 hours less time to plough the field with a 6-furrow plough than the 4-furrow. That's one day. I give myself a good 6-furrow. Yeah. We keep ploughing anyways. I'm going to stop around to the Raven and just get this field ploughed. For some reason there is a lone plant standing here. We're just about to plough him in now. The Lone Ranger. And there he's gone. So things are starting to get a bit sticky now. It's kind of just light rain at the minute, and it's making it get a bit tough now for the hill. Doesn't help with the dung on it, or maybe yeah, it's just getting a little bit tougher. You have to keep her well turned into the furrow to try and keep her from sliding back in on top of what you've done. And we're not like mad steep. That's the tree straight there. So you can tell that's tree straight. Oh, that's the tractor straight. So that's, if that can give you any idea to what the gradient is. On turning, keep on ploughing. Board hasn't given me any trouble yet. Hopefully it holds out till we get this done. They're too low from finishing, and then yeah, not quite get so today anyways, but we'll have a plough whenever the weather picks up again. If it picks up, we'll get it. So, not great lights on the tractor. Someone will have to address over the winter, but we're up towards the end of the field. We're on a good bit of a slope now, and it's really struggling now. It is raining now, and just struggling to keep the tractor facing uphill. Just every time I meet a bit like this where I'm trying to get her to face up, she just goes straight, no matter how hard I lock, she just keeps going straight. So it's becoming a bit of a challenge, but hopefully now I can get this top bit done. So I'll leave the headlands till after we get the centre southern plough and narrow the headlands. When that's going to happen now, I don't know, because this rain has just, the rain that's coming is finishing all this work off, but at least we'll have the dung ploughed into the ground, so it'll be incorporated. It's the best we can ask for at the minute anyways, so just have to keep on it. Oh, I had to face another way. So bit of grub ready, but it's rain. I'm really struggling on the hill, just trying to get it. Does this light turn on? Oh, that light turned off all my lights. Whoa, that looks red. That's weird. Anyways, so it's absolutely peeing rains. I don't know. We're probably not going to be back on this field now for this week. We'll have to get a bit of dry weather before we get back out, which is a pain in the, because I was hoping we'd get this done, but the weekend the weather was looking pretty decent, and that's after changing now to just rain. Don't think we'll get as bad as most of everywhere else. I think it may be 50 mil by the weekend, which they're talking up on 200 mil in Scotland at the minute, which is mad amount of rain. Absolutely ridiculous. But that's what it is, we can't do anything about it. So I think we're going to leave it at that for today's video, because that's it. There's no more ploughing going to be done there. And look, hopefully in a week's time we'll be having a video where we got it sowed. Otherwise, it's just going to sit there for quite some time. Look, that's how they go. So anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it for me. Good luck.